Welcome back. And today I'm going to be taking you through how to build a lead magnet without actually building it first. Now this is called the phantom lead magnet story, and when I show you this, basically we're going to be able to create something that doesn't exist, and this is going to serve a few different purposes, right? You're going to be able to generate conversations, build engagement, and also gauge something, the interest in something before it's even been put out there, right? So normally what happens here, coach spends hours building out something for only to get crickets. That's my cricket bat and ball there, by the way. To only end up with crickets. And what's happened here is a big part of this process that's been missed off, and that is that they've not bothered to actually know their audience well enough to figure out what is really important and what do they actually want and what will they benefit from, or even like do the research first to figure that out. So by doing this, you should never have that happen, right? So this is what we're going to do in this short little video here to show you how it all works. And the way that we do it is we basically come up with a phantom thing. So how we're going to do this is we basically are going to get this lead magnet, let's call it, that's a little ghost, there he is, and this is going to be something that doesn't exist. He's not real, he's fugazi, it's fairy dust. So what we're going to do with this is be able to gauge, like I say, something from your audience, and this also becomes something that you only create if there's enough interest in it, and also you'll really be able to figure out from doing core research like what's really important to the audience. So how we're going to do this, we're going to basically start with a little bit of a flow chart itself. You have a story or a post, to be fair, but normally stories work best. We're going to take them through, and then we're going to start to ask a question in that story, and that's where you'd get some messages going or some conversations, right? And from there you're going to ask more questions because you want to make sure this thing is definitely worth building out and is right for them. And then from there, finally, you build it if it's something that is wanted, right? So that's kind of like the framework as such. And when you're doing this, you're going to think about the stuff that you're going to put out there. You'll say, I'm thinking about putting together a free guide on how to navigate the weekends for guys in their 30s who like to go out and watch the football or whatever it is. I don't know, that was a really poor example, but you'll know your audience better than me. If you'd like to see it when it's ready, like hit this button and I'll send it straight to you. So you could do that, or you could basically put something out that says, hey, I'm thinking about creating this live training that's going to be specifically to help people keep losing weight without having to track their macros. I'm only going to make it available for the first 10 people who register their interest, and then you'll put in a little bit of scarcity in it as well. So that's the thing that we were trying to do initially to start getting people interested, also to start getting conversations going, because what happens here is when we've got this process working, we are able to, like I say, get really clear on what works, so we can actually test what works. We're actually then going to be able to build a wait list as well, so you are able to here get a wait list of people who are interested in this thing, and they also validate the idea, right? Perfect. You're also able to, at this point here, start conversations. You know the things that you should be having and that people keep telling you to do, and you don't want to send 50 DMs a day. What a great way to do it, right? And that's the beauty of this. You're going to start having more conversations, and you're only going to spend time on, that's a clock, what works. Terrible writing. Because you're asking the questions, right? You're asking the audience, or actually, to be fair, you should be building this off the questions that come up within your own client base. So if you're having stuff come up on a weekly basis, conversations, in check-ins or in processes in calls, then build it off that, because they're the things that are happening in your world, and you know that potentially then those people who are in your wider audiences are still going to be having issues with this. Okay, so that's something to start thinking about as well. Cool. So when we get to that stage, this now you should have a full resource in terms of like what you're going to potentially create, and then what we're going to do is have a process to then take someone from, well, cool, that sounds really interesting, that's something I definitely need, to then asking a bit further questions, and then also from that point there, getting them to a stage where they are ready to kind of accept what that thing is and get it from you. Or you could even take it one step further and say like, hey, in this situation, I'm obviously going to create this thing, but I think I can help you out now with it. And then what an opportunity there. You've got someone who's already interested because they put their hand up, and you can explore that. So the way that you would go about this as such is, let's think about what you do when there's questions. So you've put it out on your social media, all of a sudden someone pops in, they're like, yeah, I really need this thing. Cool. Would you mind if, this is you, by the way, oh, that's not right, not your smile up there. Would you mind if I ask a few questions? And that's you just going and getting clear on the thing that you're going to create, doing a little bit more research. And you could ask questions such as like, what are you working on right now within your, if you're a fitness coach, what within your health and fitness journey, what would you love to achieve in the next 3 months? What kind of things are you building towards? You got anything planned in for that? And what's kind of, is there anything stopping you from getting there right now? Any frustrations? Use that, right? Those questions in themselves will enable you to then obviously build out the thing it is and make sure it's definitely what people want. But also, you're then able to potentially say to them, hey, do you know what? I'm going to create this thing, but I think I can help you out now. And then they become people who are more interested in your stuff. And you know what? Even if they turn around and say, no, I'm okay at this point, you've had more of a touch point and interaction with someone there than you would have done just by posting content, right? So this is the whole point of it. It's not about just everyone who sees this has to sign up and be a client. Please also understand this, that anyone who's having a conversation with you online or even not online, they don't have to then sign up with you, right? You should go into conversations thinking that I just want to have this open conversation with someone and get to feel if they could be a good fit. And if the opportunity does arise at some point, then you can always position it, but only if it feels right and only if it is a good fit for them and for you, obviously. Now, how are we going to use this thing? Ideally, you can start to use this twice a week minimum. Like, I'm thinking like you could use this more if you wanted to, but you should be thinking about how often can you get this stuff out there, because it gives you, like I say, more opportunities to have these conversations. You get to then think about the things you're going to create, but definitely twice a week in your stories, have something that comes off the back of conversations you're having with clients anyway, and think, hey, yeah, think about doing this thing. Going to be to help solve this problem for these people in this way or whatever it is. And then you could use that to start to then have more conversations, like I say, and start to get more of this engagement going through your audiences that you've already got there. Because at the moment, it probably feels like, and you can shake your head if you think this is wrong, but it probably feels like all you do is just create content and put it out there. It's very, very reactive. We need to start being a bit more proactive with how you approach social media in general. And this is a way to do it, because you are actually taking what's going to be working or what you potentially are going to be working with current clients, using that to then think, I could create something on this, or I've got something already, I'm going to pull it together. But you put it out there to say, I'm thinking about doing this thing. What do you think? Would you be interested in it? Blah, blah, blah. That's the key here. It's not about creating this thing from scratch and it's all laid out beautiful. And that takes, I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen months for people to create these things for only it to not be what people want. And you don't want to be doing that, right? And plus the bonus of this is you get more touch points with the people in your audience and you have more engagement, because people are having conversations with you. Naturally, you're going to see more of your stuff and more of your content and engage there as well. So this stuff is going to be able to build trust. It is going to be able to build your email list. It will help book calls and fill your calendar without like just going, hey, I've got free training, do you want to download it? Like, this at least has a bit of a structure and a process behind it. And I just want people to be aware of it. Like, you don't have to create these things and have them already. Just put stuff out there off the back of things that you're already having, conversations you're having, and then gauge which ones get the most interest, and that gives you the signal to then commit to that more and lean into it. And at the same time, you're having all these conversations off the back of it. I don't think of anything more enjoyable than that, right? And you don't have to do these freaking cold messages and send 100 DMs a day and try and win people over. I just feel like that's not it. Plus, you get to create cool things and share it with the people who are in your space. That's how it should be, right? If you found this useful, please let me know. Like, hit the like button or whatever, if that's how you communicate it to me, or even just comment below and just tell me, because I'd love to know if you find it useful. And if you're going to do it, please let me know as well, and I will see you in the next one.